Hey students, this is going to be the next thing that you need to know about whenever we're working with lines, points, angles, and rays. So, the next thing you need to know is what parallel lines are. Parallel lines are two lines that will never cross each other. No matter how far they go on, these two lines are never going to go over each other in any way. So the way that you would label these lines, I'm going to say, we're just going to go with A, B, C, and D. So the way that I would label these lines is A, B, and then I use these two lines. It's almost like a sideways equal sign. A, B is parallel, that's what those two lines mean, is parallel to CD. You can also flip that around. So BA is parallel to DC. As long as you have the AB on one side and the CD on the other side, it doesn't matter which way. And you can even do CD is parallel to AB. But again, the A and the B are together and the C and the D are together. All of these and more are ways that you can identify that these two lines are parallel to each other. The next phrase that we'll want to know is perpendicular. A lot of people get perpendicular and intersecting lines mixed up. Intersecting lines are like this. Intersecting lines cross each other, but when they cross each other, they do not make 90 degrees. They don't have squares in the corners. So these are called intersecting lines. The difference between, and I should have wrote parallel lines over here, so I'm going to do that. The difference between intersecting lines and perpendicular lines is that perpendicular lines always make a perfect square in the corner. So each one of these makes a 90-degree right angle in the corner. So I technically could put a square in all four of those. If your lines look like this, they are not considered perpendicular lines. A perpendicular line has to make that plus sign. So this is perpendicular lines. Just like everything else, we have to label our perpendicular lines. K, J, E, and F, okay? Just like we have a symbol for each one of these to label them, we do have a symbol for perpendicular. That sign is like an upside down T. So right here I could say KJ or JK is perpendicular, which is what that means, to EF or FE. You could also write it the other way. You could write EF is perpendicular to KJ. You could write EF is perpendicular to JK. As long as the E and the F are together on one side, and the J and the K are together on the other side, and they're separated by this shape, this upside down T, which means perpendicular, any of these answers would be correct for how to label this perpendicular line segment. That's it for the labeling. The next lesson that we're going to do is going to be working with two-dimensional shapes and how to determine if two-dimensional shapes are perpendicular or parallel.